I know what you're feeling. I know nothing has been making sense. You feel like you're in a wormhole. You feel like you're going through a birth canal. You're feeling everything and nothing all at once, and you're just trying to figure out where you are. The triggers, the aches in your body, the sleeplessness, and feeling tired throughout the day, but you can't sleep at night. Emotional triggers are manifesting in any type of way in your reality. It's like you want to navigate where you are mentally, but then you get sent to another place inside your head. You don't really know what to focus on right now, or where your passion is, where your energy is. It's causing you to feel like you're lost, like you're doing something wrong, but you're not. I'm not a Christian, but to reference what's going on right now, I'm going to give you some symbolism. For the ones, the free souls, and even the Christians, Passover was on April 12th, Saturday, right? What happened at Passover? Connect this with what's going on with your internal world. Passover is to commemorate the liberation that the Israelites had from slavery. This is a celebration of freedom, justice, remembrance of the people who have been enslaved. This is when Moses split the sea. Right now, you're on your way through this sea. You don't know what you're feeling. You don't know what's on the other end of what you're feeling. You're just trying to find navigation inside of yourself. You're going into this new life of freedom and having internal power within yourself. Your body is exhausted. You've been needing more sleep because you're going through a transition. And then Easter represents the resurrection of the sun. You're going through your resurrection. You're going through your remembrance. What you need on the other end of this resurrection that's happening inside of you is activating. Do not attach yourself to what is passing through you and passing over you. So much on the outside is changing and shifting. You are walking through the sea that has been split in front of you, and you don't know what's on the other end of it. But this is a time where you have faith and trust inside of your design and your path, trusting that whatever is going on inside of you, it is always working out for your most highest good. And you can feel something coming. You can feel something shifting. Because everything's changing, your mind wants to connect to familiarity. So like in the story, the Pharaoh and all the soldiers were trying to chase after them. And that's what you feel. You feel these triggers, and they're trying to find its way and to keep pulling on your energy. And it's okay for you to work through the triggers and the programs that no longer serves you. This is a reset, and you're letting go of the shackles that have been on your reality that has not allowed you to move forward. It's not supposed to be familiar. You're not supposed to know everything and how you're going to feel on the other end of this. This is the moment where you find connection with your inner self and your inner guidance, and you trust it. Everything feels off because it's changing. You are being set free. You are remembering who you are.
When I tell y'all I do not know what God is preparing me for, but obviously I need to be strong as a brick house.
No, for real. If you look at the comments, somebody said, am I fighting Goliath next to something? Because do you need me at the forefront, God? Because this is what I'm going on right now. I'm trying to keep the faith, but goodness, baby, I'm hanging on by an eyelash. I'm tired, but I'm gonna keep trusting the process. So we all just out here fighting for our lives, huh? Oh, literally, like, let me breathe, God. Somebody said they've been at war for 40 days and 40 nights. This video doesn't even have an intro, okay? Because did I get an intro? Did I get an intro to the symptoms that my ascension and my higher self wants me to deal with right now? Did I get an intro? No, I did not. Anybody else been feeling like, what's going on? What's going on? Okay, we need to level something out. Come on, where's the equilibrium in this? Where's the calibration in this situation of energy right now? Let's just observe the outer world. Maybe it'll tell us something about what's going on in the inner world. See what the astrology girlies have to say right now. We gotta see what something talking about. Because we gotta see what something talking about. Because what is something?
If you're feeling really weird or completely exhausted or otherwise having weird symptoms, stop scrolling. Let me just show you what's going on. There is a geomagnetic storm happening right now. It's 1:45 in the morning in the UK. I'm on Thursday the 17th, I think it is, of April. This is currently a G3 storm. Anything over a 5 indicates a geomagnetic storm. 7.7. That dark red colour, I have never seen that. I've been following this for a while now. We've had quite a few reds where we've had a lot of solar flares that have created geomagnetic storms, which also affect the Schumann resonance. Let me show you what's been happening there today. Again, it's the early hours of Thursday. This is what's been happening today for the last few hours. That is crazy. This shows massive bursts of energy, which matches up with the solar activity. This is Tuesday, the 15th, Wednesday, the 16th. There. These white areas are also reflecting massive bursts of energy. We will be feeling this. I just wanted to let you know that if you are feeling really strange right now, this can affect satellites, this can affect radio systems.
This is what I'm trying to tell y'all, okay? Because as above, so below. What's happening with the sun and everything with the planet? We win. Okay, we win. Friends in the comments is saying anyone else feeling super dizzy with sometimes nausea, headaches that come and go, absolutely exhausted and very grumpy, anxiety and zero motivation, sprinkle of paranoia, short fused and tired. Somebody else said they blame Katy Perry. Somebody said I'm completely off physically and emotionally, to be honest, very high emotions, sleepy for hours and days and end like a cat, pain in my left hip, emotional headaches, can't keep my eyes open for the past couple of days. Somebody else said they felt horrendous the last few days, dizzy, headaches, just dizziness. There's people who have been going to the doctor because of their dizziness. Yaya said something about this and I want to share it.
One of my people came to me and said, yeah, my doctor told me my vertigo is being caused by an imbalance in my crystalline. Even the doctor's finally catching up to the downloads I see. Because what they call science, we've been calling out in soul work. Let's break down the science first, because in your ears you got little itty bitty crystals and they call otoconia. Yes, I said crystals in your ear, and they tell your body where you are in space. These crystals are literally in charge of your balance. When these crystals are knocked out of place, you get what they call vertigo. You start feeling dizzy, disoriented, and like the world around you is spinning and you can't find your center. And that's the medical side of it. Now on the esoteric side, crystalline is not just in your ears, it's in your energy body too. So by now, y'all know we are carbon-based beings. 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. That's in our body, encoded. We literally come from the star. Now we're being activated because that sun, the source of life, is beaming codes. We are shifting from carbon to crystalline, from flesh to light body, from ego to Christ consciousness. Matthew 17:2. And he was transfigured before them. His face shone like the sun. That's what Jesus did. It transfigured. And Jesus is the sun. Y'all know I'm not talking about no S-O-N. That ain't no miracle. That's biology meeting divinity. That's the crystalline body coming online. When your ear crystals are out of whack, when you feel that vertigo coming on, ask yourself this. Is my physical body trying to keep up with my spiritual upgrade? Am I grounding? Am I hydrating with that H320, aka that fruit? Are you integrating the new energy? Vertigo don't always mean you sick. It just means that you're realigning, both in your physical body as well as your spiritual body. Let me be clear about this. Everybody can receive upgrade. This is proven because no matter what race you are, if you go out in that sun, you will see crystals glittering in your skin. That is the crystalline body coming online. With that being said, us neuromelanated folks have extra receivers. Neuromelanin is a superconductor. So yeah, we gonna download faster, but everybody is receiving the upgrade. This is not about skin. This is about frequency. It's about remembering who you really are. You know you're a light being in a meat suit. So the next time your head's spinning, you feel ungrounded or off, don't panic. Don't rush to medicate. Just pause. Your crystalline self is being activated. It's realigning and you being transformed. So stay grounded and stay hydrated.
The shifts that I'm feeling inside of my body, even in this video, is that this is not the first time you have experienced ascension symptoms. When you get like this, you get into this mode that you need to know everything and what's going on and how are you going to work through this. And sometimes it might just throw you off about your normal schedule. You feel bad about that because your normal schedule is thrown off or your sleep schedule is messed up and now you got to do this 24-hour challenge of staying up and you just feel like a zombie. It gets to your head and it makes you feel like this is permanent and you get into this state of panic. But it's important that you really create systems that are going to help you and ground you in where you are. And maybe you're not supposed to be grounded right now. Have a feeling of trust within your divine design and your path that is for you. Remember in the beginning of the video, I was showing y'all my interpretation of what we're going through energetically. How this transition for you has been about you understanding your inner power and your connection with that divine source that you are. Having that strong relationship with yourself, like no matter what is going on, everything is happening for my most highest good and I am not worried about anything. I've gained so many eyes and different levels of myself to where I can watch something and I can see something and I'm not blocked by different illusions of separation. This next video spoke to me on a level that gave me inner strength. And it was odd to me because I'm not a Christian, but I was able to decipher it for myself. The most important part of this energy energy update for me has been about me understanding my internal power and speaking power and knowing my power and not letting anything cause separation from my outer world. Like, I understand that I've manifested, I've created everything. Not everything down here is a projection to me. Even if you look up how you're able to see, it is all a projection. Literally, you are creating it. The light is coming through you. So for this next video, for the ones who are not subscribed to a religion, just like me, if you are at that level that you're not looking at things from separation or hate, you can see how your higher self is talking to you. This message is empowering you in a way that you know who you are and you know the foundations of your spoken word. And it's been a time, okay? I just need to, this is how I get through it. That's just how I get through it. As maybe you understand, maybe you don't. It's okay. I'm fine with it. Talk about me. So my ones who are on that journey, remember, when she say God, she talking about you, okay? Because I think some of y'all are forgetting y'all divine power.
God is saying, stop worshiping your problem. God is saying, you keep telling me how big your problem is when you should be telling your problem how big your God is. God is saying, I did not put you into this situation so that this situation could drown you. God is saying, I put you into this situation so that I can show you that I'm your lifeguard. God is saying, you keep telling me how big the problem is, like I didn't allow the problem to happen. God is saying, I'm trying to show you something in the midst of your problem. You keep telling me that your problem is big when I am the problem solver. God is saying, with man, it may be impossible, but with God, all things are possible. God is saying, I don't care how big your problem is when I can solve your problems. God is saying, you're worried about things that I have already fixed. You are worried about things that I have already got the answer to. God is saying, I wanted you to exhaust all of your resources so that you could be dependent on me. God is saying the reason why I allowed this is so that I could show you that I'm the only one that could get you out of this. God said, I knew that wasn't going to work. I knew that person was going to leave. I knew that what you was clinging on to was getting ready to walk out of your life. Why? Because I don't want you dependent on that. I want you dependent on me. God said, your life, who you are, requires a big God. That's not working out. The reason why they're not working out is because they're not big enough. God is saying, of course they can't do what you want them to do. Of course they can't fix what you want them to fix because it's not supposed to be them. It's supposed to be me. God is saying, I allowed this situation to show you how big of a God I am. There's nothing that I cannot do. There's no mountain that I cannot move. I can make a way out of no way. I could put streams in deserts. I already got your situation handled. It's already figured out. I just want you to move out of the way so I can show you. You keep getting in the way of me. You keep trying to show me that you know what to do when God said, I'm the only one that knows what to do. God said, I've already figured out your problem. I'm just waiting on you to figure out that I figured out your problem.
Everything on the outside of your head is you. All of this is what you created so you can learn, so you can exist, so you can experience. Firstly, Nikita Walter, you have clocked all of us. Okay, now this is a word, and that's what it is. It is a word. This is the thing with me, and this is the message that I feel that is happening right now. Everybody say that they gods and they goddesses, and they put it in they Instagram name, and they commenting down below like I'm a goddess and I'm a god, but then you don't speak power over yourself, and your word is not absolute. And when you go through things, you speak as if you are the victim and you're not the creator of the situation. If you are the creator, if you are the divine source, if you are a god and you're creating everything, you are the divine creator. You created your path, you've created your footprint. You don't remember all of the decisions that you'd have decided to learn down here walking your path, but you still say that you're a god and you say that you're a goddess, and you don't act like it, and you don't be it, because you get into this victim mentality when things are happening. Like I was on live like last night. I was talking to this guy in my comments. He was like, why is it always so hard for spiritual people to make money and for them to get a job? And he said that he feels helpless. He's in this victim mentality and these anxieties about the world and how it's pent up and it's built to break him, and it's built to it's pent up against him. So I asked him, I said, what is your reason for creating this experience for yourself? So you know know the matrix is what it is and it's here to trap your energy and feed off of you, if you know that, why have you allowed the anxieties and the pressures and the propaganda that they put out to make you feel that way? Why have you allowed that into your reality, into your own universe, into your own being as a God, as a creator? Y'all remember that saying in the Bible where he said you only have one teacher and he is Christ? Your Christ consciousness, you are the teacher. You are the one who laid out this. You have free will and you chose this path and you chose this time to be on this planet and you chose the space that you're in, the lessons that you want to learn. So why have you created this? What are you supposed to learn right now for yourself to find your power, to find your inner kingdom? Remember when I said we in like the time between Passover and the Easter? You know, I'm just speaking allegorically. We are in that time, in that transition where this is what spiritually has happened in our inner world. Our consciousness has been crucified. Yeshua had that moment before he was taken away from by the government and they was about to, you know, crucify him and do all of that. He sat and he had talked to God. He was like, why is this actually going to happen? You know, he was seeing visions. He knew that something was about to happen. He knew that something bad or something is about to change. He asked his higher self, he asked, should I, you know, fight or should I resist this? He accepted that. He was like, God, your will is mine. To get to that source, having that oneness, that Christ consciousness, that power of like you actually doing the same stuff that Yeshua was doing, you are unlocking that inner God, that inner goddess, that inner source power, that unlimited power that's inside of you. And you must know and you must fully understand what that means for yourself. And that's what you're down here remembering. So when he said your will is mine and he didn't fight back and he understood that this is the path that we need to go through in order for us to understand our power, that's what's happening with us right now. I know you're probably like, why the fuck is she talking about all of this Christian? It's bigger than Christianity. It's bigger than the Bible and these words and these stories. Like when you actually can see it for what it is, which is restoring your relationship with your higher self and not having doubt and having full faith in your being and your plan that you made for yourself down here. Your true self is being resurrected right now. Commercial break.
It's an amazing day. Big money coming my way. Big money, big money. It's an amazing day. Big money coming my way. Big money, big money. It's an amazing day. Big money coming my way. Big money, big money. In a marvelous way. In a marvelous way. Yeah, yeah. It's an amazing day. Big money coming my way. Big money, big money. It's an amazing day. Big money coming my way. Big money, big money. It's an amazing day. Big money coming my way. Big money, big money. In a marvelous way. In a marvelous way. Yeah, yeah.
Sorry. In the words of Bobby Hemmitt.
You got to stop thinking like a human and start thinking like a God. You see which one to cry on? Stop thinking like a human. You got to start thinking as a God. G-O-D, generator, operator, and destroyer. Is it not written in your law that ye are gods? John chapter 10, verse 34, 35. You know the whole deal. You have to start thinking this way because, okay, here it is. You have to start thinking this way because I'm telling you, the reason, what is the whole of is that the actual gods do not realize they're gods. There's a good movie you need to get. There's a good movie you need to get. You need to get a movie called The Never Ending Story. You thought it was a child movie. And he gets this little book and he goes through this adventure. And at the end of the movie, midway the movie, they say, hell, coming to find out that the little boy that was reading the book of all these magnificent heroes, the other boy on the other side who was going through all the trial was him. And they said, and at the end they said, well, hell, our world is falling down because he doesn't believe in himself. It's all about you. That's the key. That's the key. This is the real knowledge. There's a mystery of the world, and the mystery of the world is look for no God to save you but yourself because it's within you, and that's your slavery and your real bondage. And this is the key what we have to deal with here. Because, I mean, we go through, we see things on TV and we see this shit and we say, when is this shit over with? But the key is, in the 60s, we didn't have this knowledge. In the 70s, we didn't have this knowledge. In most of the 80s, we didn't have this knowledge. You see what I'm saying? We only had a few people talking about it in the past years before that, and we all thought they were crazy. But now, we have the knowledge.
Here's another one.
Our skin color has long evolved from that, you know what I'm saying? And now it's bigger than just our skin color. That's what I want people to also see.
It's an economic war right now.
Not even just that. Like, mentally, the slavery is not physical anymore. It's mental. As far as the New World Order has come in the shape of electronics. You know what I'm saying? Taking away your mind from what you want to apply it to. The mind is but a magnet to what you want. You know what I'm saying? A law of attraction, like all the laws of the universe. I studied all the laws of the universe, and I fully apply that.
So was there someone in your life that introduced you to that, or just something you just kind of gravitated towards?
I was born with the knowing of it. It was strange. That's why I felt like I felt like I knew. Like I believe, like I'm a really weird kid. I believe in past lives and future lives. I believe in the karmic cycle. I believe you will repeat this life until you get it right. I believe until you align the karmic cycle, nothing else matters.
That's why you ain't been able to do nothing by praying. Praying ain't nothing but begging. That's all it is, begging. Now, what the thing about what the original prayer was, you supposed to say it and work it into your subconscious, because your subconscious can't do nothing to you until you convince your subconscious that it is real. So if you prayed on a certain level, you could convince your subconscious that it's real. But the problem is, the reason why prayer don't work for you now, because you're praying to a deity that's outside of you. You don't understand that your prayer is only supposed to ask. The original prayer is you trying to ask your deep subconscious, where all the power is, to do something for you. You see what I'm saying?
I don't want to make this video too long, but I just wanted to give a message for anybody who is like dealing with, just out of sorts and uncertainty, and there's just shifts inside of them and they don't know what's going on. Ask yourself, why did I create this? What is the purpose? What am I supposed to learn from this period and this shift inside of myself? And how is this enhancing my gifts? How can I build a stronger relationship with my inner world and my power that I hold walking this projection, this dream that I'm living in? Now I'm going to end the video. I want to say thank you if you made it this far. I'm going to play my singing bowls if anybody else wants to stay, but if you are going to leave, I recommend you go listen to 528 Hertz Pure Tone, because that'll help hemisync, and find your grounding within yourself. And it also a good healing tone. It reduces your stress levels, and I feel like it'll help. It helped me a lot because I was I was dealing with it. That's why I'm making a whole video. So that's what helped me when I listened to it and I just played it in the background for about like 30 minutes. It made me feel better, But yeah, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Let's just get into the sound bowl session, and yeah. See y'all later.